ahead and tell everybody what that one is, Judson.
Kashmir by the Led Zeppelin. Richard's favorite Led Zeppelin song. No.
It does nothing for me.
Go ahead and tell everybody what that is. You don't even want to say it.
No. Hey everybody, welcome back to Great Measures. My name is Richard. This is Judson.
Great Measures!
All right, we're gonna do one today that just came out second week of April. I really need another opinion on this, and this is why I'm showing you this band, this song, and all the above. I featured this band on, I believe it was my February edition of the Monthly Measures. They had just released a single. The song is called Rare Bird, and the band is called Heirs, Heirs. I am obsessed with this album. It's one of my favorite things that's been released in a long time.
Okay.
But they only have like 3,000 monthly listeners on Spotify.
Okay.
So I'm trying to figure out, am I just completely wrong about this? And I know it's completely, it's how it makes me feel, and it's how I feel about it that matters, but I'm just wondering why they're not everywhere, because it's that good to me.
Okay. Well, let's see.
So I just need to know if it sucks.
Okay. Let's see.
This is Heirs by, I'm sorry, Rare Bird by, let me do
Rare
it.
Bird.
Let's do this.
Take two.
This is Rare Bird by Heirs. Ready?
I'm ready. Proceed, Richard. So you like this thing?
Yeah, man.
It's very interesting musically,
Okay.
isn't it?
Yeah, I think so.
I really like the distorted guitar in the beginning when it's just. So they do the. That's what they're doing in the beginning, and I like the space that they use when he goes to the next section, which maybe is the chorus, and it hits, boom, and then he sings. Mm-hmm. And they hit again, and so you can hear what he's saying. Mm-hmm. And I like the quieter part where the section where he obviously to bring back, and then the huge half or time at the end.
Yeah,
there.
yeah.
But then there's other distorted effects that they use that are really cool.
I should have showed you the video, and I thought about it halfway through. But there's a guy on. So that the project itself is just two guys. It's Sean Ingram and Josh Barber, and Sean Ingram is from another band called Coalesce, who is currently on a prolonged hiatus, and he put this together with Josh Barber. But they have the entire band playing in the video, and there's a guy on keys, and he's got, it looks like, he's playing it like it's a dobro, or not a dobro, but is that right? The thing that sits in front of you and you just kind of
Pedal steel.
Yeah, he's playing one of those under his keyboard. He's got like two stacks. He's got a keyboard up here, and then he's got that thing down there. And he's that sort of ominous, atmospheric.
That distortion thing in the beginning?
Yeah, that's that and a guitar at the same time.
Yeah, okay, I can see that. Yeah, I mean they do a lot of cool stuff with the distorted sounds. And I like the drummer jumps, he jumps to the next, they jump to the next beat sometimes, which is kind of cool, keeping you on your toes. What?
Yeah, man.
It doesn't suck by any means.
Okay.
It's thick.
Okay.
It's interesting music.
Something about his harsh vocals are some of my favorites that I've heard in a long time. It's like from what I have read, the album itself, the theme of the album's called Life is Violence, contemplates the thread of paternal influence from generation to generation and how it can be disrupted. Sean Ingram examines the impact that his father had on his life while simultaneously contemplating his own mortality and what he will pass down to his children, with a determination to ensure that what he leaves behind in the future is markedly different to what he inherited himself.
Okay.
Knowing that, and the way that his voice, it's almost like he's screaming out into the universe. It's like he's screaming out into the void for anybody to hear him.
That's one of my problems with harsh vocals, is that I don't particularly like the harsh vocals when it doesn't sound like they're screaming.
So you don't like these harsh vocals?
Yes, they're screaming.
Okay. Yeah, like it's like somebody please hear me.
Yeah, I think that's what harsh vocals need to be.
Okay.
If it's just somebody just blah, 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 I don't. That's what bothers me.
Sure.
About some of the guttural stuff.
I see.
I love screaming. Mm-hmm. Some of my favorite parts of people that, like when Celine sings, or anybody who has just a tonal singing voice, and they have a scream, like like Otis Redding. Big fan of Otis Redding. When he puts a little scream in it, oh!
Yeah. So
I would rather the harsh vocals be more screaming. For me personally, they Now the harsher sound of the vocal gets me more, rather than it sounding like you're the part of your voice that uses, because that is a scream, it's a harsh sound. So when it's just a harsh sound and it's not screaming, it's kind of like you're faking it.
Understood.
So yeah, I like this. The whole thing sounds like a plea.
Yeah, a plea. That's the word I was looking for. And personally, as someone who has struggled with that, the concerns around my own paternal influence and what was passed down to me, and the family dynamic of that. I haven't done a full deep dive into the lyrics on the entire album yet, but that's what I'm most excited about getting back to and listening to, about that particular theme being
daddy issues.
Yeah, essentially. Yeah. I don't know, man. It's another one of those where I never really took the time to listen, because this is considered post-metal, and I need to ask the question, why there's post-metal and there's post-rock, and I don't know what post means.
I've never understood that either. Postmodern literature is so ridiculous.
So
postmodern.
I don't know.
What's post-metal?
What's post-metal? I don't know, but I like it. I really like it. Yeah. Anything that's considered post, and again, it's one of those things that I just kind of cast to the side, and I was like, it's post-metal. I'm not listening to that crap. And now it might be one of my favorite things in the world.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. I've been listening to this since it came out. At the time we're recording this, it came out 2 days ago. But I've been sitting here going, why is this not everywhere?
Yeah.
Why are people not obsessed with this like I am? And to each his own, but for some reason, man, it has struck me and stuck with me.
Yeah, well, there's definitely excitement in this music. Like, there's passion behind it. You can hear it.
And I'm a sucker for silence and somebody in the studio screaming in the background.
Me too.
God,
that's great, isn't it?
That just, ooh.
That's great. I like it when that happens too. It just sort of puts you there.
Yeah.
But they do a lot. They did a lot. Everything was unexpected to me. Every time they hit, that's why I'm bring up the chorus. They hit, and then he sing, and then he does a vocal thing. Mm-hmm. And everything just sort of rings out. And then they would come to a place of silence, or not as much going on. What I just never expected much, except for obviously the end. You knew something was going to come back, but you didn't know what that was going to be.
Right.
So, yeah, it was all unexpected. Yeah, what the hell is post-metal, dude? No, let's not go to your phone.
Okay. I have told myself I'm going to look it up, and I just have not gotten around to it.
Yeah, but I mean, it's so weird. It's almost like a placeholder until they come up with the next.
But if you play a song for me that's a post-metal song, I can tell you that's post-metal.
Why? How?
It just has a sound. I don't know.
What is the sound? I mean, that's
what you just heard. Like, you can't. That's not metalcore. That's not thrash metal. That's not death metal. That's not alt metal. That's not progressive metal.
Yeah, but what are the characteristics that make it not any of those?
Well, it's not thrash. It's not.
Right. I mean, what are the characteristics that make it not those? Like,
it's those. To me, so that part where that to me is post metal, but it's not anything else. It's not thrash. It's not.
Talking about the beginning of the song.
Yeah.
When they're doing that. They go to a major chord at one point that's majestic.
Yeah.
It's majestic.
Yeah.
That's when I looked over at you like.
Yeah.
Yeah, but they don't do that the rest of the song. It's the only time they do it, which is cool.
Yeah, I don't.
It's almost like you could break apart each this song in such little increments, and it's its own thing.
Yeah.
They don't repeat much at all. They didn't repeat much. Not in the way. In fact, in the very beginning, they do this chord progression a few times.
Yeah.
Or more than a few times, and then right before they start singing, they change it. It's weird. They go, so there's 3 chords, and then they go, and so they're in 3 chord increments, and then they switch up the order of one of the 3 chord increments. Just for no reason, or I say for no reason, but I was kind of listening to it and making note of that, and then they jumped and did the other way at the time when they had done it before, and it was weird. Why would you do that right then?
Yeah.
So it's almost like you could break up the song in really tiny increments, and it's all very definitive. It's strange, this post-metal. Now, I really liked this. This was great. There's nothing about it that bothered me at all.
Okay.
The lyrics are pretty cool. Rare Bird is a cool thing to name a song. But it just sounds like uniqueness. It sounds like uniqueness gets choked, authenticity gets choked out a lot of times, and it feels that way. But don't let it. But it did say die with your foot on the neck of the world or something, or on the throat of the world, and push through. But it still sort of ended with him kind of saying, I'm still out of here. Like I'm not. This thing is choking me all the way, and I'm going to die.
Yeah.
It's choking out Rare Bird, I think, has to do with maybe an authentic way of thinking and being.
Yeah. That's the way I take it too. I started this session that we're doing here I need to know why this band isn't bigger than it is.
Because it's good.
And I realize it's their first project and it's them together, as a duo, it's their first thing they've done together. But all that to say, kind of pull the curtain back, like I selfishly wanted to do this as a promotional aspect of it too, like get the word out there that this band exists and they were awesome. And
well, that's probably why they're not that big right now. It's because it's good.
Yeah.
Seriously, I mean,
because it's not
enjoy
poppy.
Enjoy it for what it is right now, because if they get big, it could change.
Sure.
To fit some kind of corporate model. So just enjoy it. Don't tell anybody.
Yeah, keep it a secret.
No, I think it's good. That was fun. That was good.
Okay.
I get where you're coming from, for sure. Now figure out what post-metal is.
I will. I'll be sure to let you know.
Let's just do more post-metal. It's a new thing?
No, it's been around a long time.
How can it be around for a long... Everything... when does metal end and post-metal...
Before we do a deep dive on our own interpretation of the name or the meaning of post-metal, let's figure out what the actual definition is, and then we can pick it apart.
Okay. Okay, that's fair. All right, then.
Anyways, thanks.
I'm finished with this video. Are you?
Yeah, I'm finished.
Okay.
Thanks for watching, everybody. We are Great Measures. My name is Richard. This is Judson. That was Rare Bird by Idle Heirs.
Great Measures.
Have a wonderful day, everybody.